iOS 8. After spending a couple months with this new firmware, I can say it's fantastic. Apple's taken what we all love in iOS 7, they've added a bunch of new features, optimized it, and here we have iOS 8. So in this video, I'm going to show you 10 of my favorite things, 10 of the best things in iOS 8, and I'm so excited for everyone to actually have it when it does drop so you all can see these new features for yourselves. Now, the best way I would describe iOS 8 is pretty much Apple has finally listened to the consumer. They've taken what's been out there already for a while and they finally implemented it into iOS 8. So throughout these 10 features, you might see a couple that you have already seen, say in other operating systems like Android or Windows Phone. However, finally Apple listened to the consumer and brought them to iOS 8. Number one, and this one being one of my favorites, is inside of the messaging application, you now have Snapchat. Pretty much Snapchat is just built right into messaging. So if you hold this icon right here, you get this guy right here. That's for either video or photos. And if you slide up, it automatically sends it to the party. So you can just take a quick snapshot right there and it automatically sends it just like that. Now, the great thing about these little snapshots or Snapchats is pretty much that they're deleted automatically within a time limit. I believe it's 30 minutes, but you can set it to however much you want. So not only does it send real quick, it's pretty much Snapchat built in without ever having to leave the messaging application. And I think it's fantastic. I love this. And same thing with the audio. If you actually hold this right here, it just records what you're saying and then you can go ahead and send it or delete it. And if you send it, you can just play it right in there, little snapshots for your friends. Now, if you haven't noticed up here, there is predictive software. It's called QuickType, and pretty much as you're typing, it's going to give you suggestions for what you want. And it actually learns your typing style, so it'll give you words that you use more often, and I think it's fantastic. Now, not that this is innovative or anything, it's been out there for a while, but it's finally great to see it in iOS 8. This will help type faster, and it'll learn your style, so, all of your words that you usually say will be up here when you start typing them in. Also, there are now third-party keyboards, so you can get swipe keyboards, you can get all type of keyboards, the ones that are in the App Store. And unfortunately, at this moment in the iOS 8 beta release, there's very limited amount of keyboards, so I can't actually show you this feature. However, it will be a major addition to iOS 8. You can install your own keyboards from the App Store and go ahead and choose from the keyboard menu which ones you want over here when you're typing. Now, this is a great feature. Also very similar to the keyboards is now you can install third-party photo editing software. So if you ever want to edit it, you're going to have a selection for a third party. You can download them from the App Store. So if you want to add filters, you can add tons of new filters, tons of new ways to edit the photos. It's completely unlimited. So whatever's out there, whatever's in the App Store, you can install. Apple has taken off that wall between installing third-party software on the iPhone. And although it's very limited still, it's a beginning. So you can install photo editing software, you can install new keyboards, and for the next one, in notification, you can actually now edit and manipulate the notifications and actually install widgets up here. So I can't show you once again because we're still in the beta stage. It's hard for me to actually get my hands on any new widgets, but up here you'll be able to move them around. You'll be able to add as many widgets as you can install or want to install from the App Store. Apple is finally removing that barricade between us being able to install our own third-party software. So say I'm in Safari being productive when I get a text message. Now, the great thing about iOS 8 is that you can directly interact with the notification right here. So I could just type anything, or you can actually hold up here the audio icon and you can directly just say something, hey, it's going great, and it'll go ahead and send that to them. The health application in iOS 8 is actually a really big deal. Now, not only will it show you your diet, your walking patterns, how much you walk, your fitness, it'll show you even caffeine intake and sleep and so much more. It's a great all-around way to see your general health, be motivated, and improve. And I think it's a great idea to include it because it'll go hand in hand with the new iWatch, which will be able to track everything, as well as the motion coprocessor in the iPhone 5S and above. Now, the next one I can't actually show you because I'm not running OS X Yosemite. However, continuity. It's a new feature in iOS 8 that basically allows you to take whatever you're doing on your current device, walk up to another one, so you walk up to your iPad or your Mac computer, and you'll get a little icon on them and you'll automatically switch everything you're doing between devices. So if you're working on a Word document or a keynote presentation, you walk up, you click it, you'll automatically have everything on that device. And it's very useful because you don't have to send it or reload it on those devices. It's just snap and automatically there. Spotlight search in iOS 8 is now smarter, so it includes results from Wikipedia, news, trends, your applications, photos even, so it's generally all around smarter. Although fairly small, this one will have a great impact. Touch ID in iOS 8 will now be able to be used by third-party software, so Apple has been opening it up just a little bit. Now this will be convenient because if you want to lock it or you just have something private in there, you can just touch your finger instead of having to put your passcode in every single time. So they'll make good use of it, I'm sure. Siri has developed some serious brain power. It can be activated just by saying, "Hey Siri," if it's plugged into power. You can download iTunes content as well as applications just by asking it to download it for you. It can recognize any music if you just hold Siri up to any music source. So it has Shazam built right into it, and it has 22 new dictation languages. It's way smarter and way better in iOS 8. Well, that's 10. However, I'm going to go ahead and throw in a bonus, 11th, which is camera. For me, the camera has always been one of the greatest points of Apple. It's always been so fine-tuned, so well working, and it's always had great low light capabilities on iPhones. Now in iOS 8, Apple has added better functionality to the camera. Not only do you have a timer up here, you now have time lapse and fine-tuned controls for taking pictures. And see if I actually go right here, you can adjust the exposure right there. So for me, Apple has always been great with the camera, but I'm so excited for iOS 8 to be able to use it as my personal phone, because any addition to the camera, especially with the iPhone 6, will be amazing, and I can't wait for that. Well guys, those are the top 10 features in iOS 8. You're looking at about a September 19th to the end of September release. I'm so excited. Have a great day, guys.